Morning.
Yes, good
Good
morning.
morning, Ken.
Want to get a check. We got
Good
builders here on
morning,
the call,
Ken.
team
Good
builders.
morning.
Morning. Is this the call in the arena for team builders? People that want to
Yes,
grow people
yes.
and
Yes, sir.
yes? All right, cool. I feel like they're a team builder and have tremendous value to give to people.
Was that a question, Ken?
Yes, it is.
I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What is your value, Andy? What do you think is your superpower here?
Yeah,
That
my superpower is giving the team what they need, identifying what their needs are and giving it to them. So listening with my two ears and using my mouth when necessary. Pause.
dang. Who want to be around Andy with that? Identifying the needs and giving it to him. I gotta call you after this. Need you to identify what I need and give it to me. That's awesome.
I
Who
need
else
that
feel like they
superpower.
have tremendous value to give to people, and what is it?
I think I give confidence and support. Mhm.
Confidence and what?
Support.
Support. That's awesome. What do you mean by that, Dennis? Why do you give someone confidence?
Because I make them feel good around me and I support them with the goals of the day. So I think that's kind of motivates someone that is next to me to push it forward.
That's awesome. Who want to be around someone like that? Give confidence and support.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. We need big
Yeah?
supporters in our life.
I need to call you too, Dennis. What are you talking about here? So I'm feeling down, low confidence. I'm like, I'm called Dennis. Yeah, picking me upper. Who else have another share? Who else feel like they know their value and people is around them will be blessed with this superpower?
What's the question again, Ken?
The question, Stefan, is what value do you bring to people around you? Why would you be an asset or a blessing to people around us?
Yeah, that's a great question. I got a whole laundry list of things, but yeah, for me, I'm really like focused and disciplined and goal oriented. Uh, I have big goals, so even being in the business, as long as I still have a lot of drive and I want to do a lot. So I just think being around me and someone who's accomplished a lot in the business, but still has that fire and hunger, that's inspiration. And then I also have a wealth of knowledge and insight of what to do. So, for guys who actually listen and really want it, it'll shorten their roadmap to success to get in a partnership if they, you know, just take heed. So, those are that's a few things that I feel as far as value that I bring.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Who would like a wealth of knowledge, like almost like a playbook, right? And so they can just go and access it when they need things,
Absolutely.
right? That's awesome. That's a beautiful one, right? A wealth of wisdom. Very cool. Ricky, your hands up.
Oh no, I was raising it to the Stefan thing, the wealth of knowledge.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. This is a team builder call. We have about 15 to 20 minutes here. I want to start off with that, right? Understanding our values and why we're here and what we can give to others, right? I think it starts with that from leadership. And on this call here, I'm excited because I see so many people that's moving in the right directions and have tremendous growth. And I'm going to ask that question again toward the end, if we have time. And I want to see if we get a few more people that are, brave and once they ponder what their values is and just to share, right? I know you guys have value. I just maybe some of you guys are shy, others maybe don't feel like it's braggy, right? I don't mean this from like a perspective of going there with an ego and saying I'm all that with new trainers and starting to haze them, like kind of like a fraternity or that kind of situation. I'm coming from the mindset of understanding our worth and our value as a trainer, right? So that we know what we can give and it resonates out of us when we're dealing with our people. Does that make sense? JW would call that as an identity. So, what is our identity as a trainer, a leader, and a team builder? What are we about? What are we able to give? What would we be able to do to bless people around us, right? Why are they lucky to have us as a trainer? Does that make sense? From that mindset, right? Cool, because with that mindset, what do you think your interaction with that new person will be? How would they feel about you? Anybody want to share?
Yeah, I'll share. So when training, one thing that I like to do whenever I'm training anyone is I want to feel like I can add value in their life. A lot of guys come into the opportunity and, first they're just like, oh, let me try to get some sales. But if we show them what they can become when we approach them, how we speak, how we talk, how we draw, how we walk, how we dress, how, even with me, like working out, the other day, an owner cracked me up. He was like, I hit a door with the new guy, and he was like, "You want some water with that creatine?" But it means that I'm fit. I want them to see the work that we put in each day and what you can become. And for me, I remember coming in, I was stuttering, nervous, walking into doors, and I see that in them. And I just want to give them reassurance, like this is the right thing if you really want to grow and develop yourself to become something that you aren't right now. So whenever someone comes around short frame, I want to get them to believe that they can make it happen.
That's beautiful, man. So if somebody come around you, J-Dub, they're gonna believe that they can do what they want. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Wow, how many people want to be around people like that?
Oh yeah.
Show
Oh
of
yeah.
hands and shout out.
Yeah, I would like to add to
Absolutely.
that too, Ken. I feel like if I know I am valuable to the people around me, it's like going to a business knowing that you can save a customer money. You're super indifferent. You know that you're empowered to go help customers out, and if they sway left or right, you're like, I'm on to the next. I exude this confidence. So that's the feeling that I'll feel.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, a lot of us can relate this to the field, right? When we go to the door and we go in there with a very thirsty mindset, right? I want this sales, I need this sales, the bill is due, right? With that kind of energy, what happened? Would it be a good day or a really grinding day?
A grinding one.
Grinding, right? Just sweating and thirsty, hot, cold, everything, right? So it's the same mindset if you were to have that in training. And they build my team, and they build my team. Coda's always gonna get there. I'm behind, right? And then how does the new person feel or a customer feel in that mindset? Versus you filled up, you know your value, you know what you can provide, you know what you're about, you know your identity, we know our gift. And now if a customer tells us no, how do we handle that? Or if a new guy says no, let me think about it. I think I'm gonna go back to the warehouse job. How would you feel about that?
On to the
Move.
next mentality.
Get out of here.
Exactly. So, it's funny in this business. One, I want to like pick you guys' brain, right? Pick you guys' mindset. Because in this business, mindset is 80% of how you're gonna show up, right? The other 20%, the strategy. You can get with your leader, you can get your partner. We have the strategy. We've been here over approaching 10 years now, and every single year we're dominating the space, right? There's nobody better than us. Now, I mean that from an appreciation perspective, because we have a lot of great players and we know this business like the back of our hand, right? That nobody come close to that. Now, we do have areas that we want to grow in, right? But from this space, we're the best. And so, from a strategy perspective, we have it. All you have to simply do is decide to call someone and get the answers. How many of you guys feel that? Do you guys think that's true?
100%.
Right? So, if we have all the resources and we already have the track record, why is it that some people is still in this position of like, I don't have what it takes, it's challenging and all these things, while others are just running with it, while others are making the most of this opportunity, right? Same environment, but different outcome. Why do you think that is? That's a question. Who want to answer that? Yes, Robbie, hands up.
I think you muted me. Oh, no.
That other 80%,
That other 8%. What do you mean, Robert?
like 20%. We do have all the answers. We can ask each other and ask. We can go to Discord and all this other stuff. But the 80% is your mindset going into each day. You go into the day struggling, and like you said, you're gonna go in and have a happy day, or is it gonna just be a grind and a struggle and be a thirsty day? You go into it with a good mindset, and then you have the 20%. You have all the tools. We have each other. You can call Marcel or Chris or any of you guys at any time. It's just the mindset, the other 80%. I guess.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's it right there, guys. And I want to open our mind understanding to that. We really either limit ourselves or we create limitless possibility within ourselves. Right? It starts with us. We have to mine our mind, right? We have to create a beautiful mind. Like, what is a beautiful mind? A beautiful mind to me is when we look at our mindset and the way that we see things, it's beautiful. It's going to align us toward our goals. Right? But what happens sometimes is that our mind has belief that counters it. So we get in front of ourselves and we trip ourselves in the process. And I think if we just rely too much on our mind to get ourselves out of things, we will limit ourselves. What do I mean by that? A lot of us have this ideal like I can do it myself. It's like this feeling of like Superman. I want to see if I can do it myself, and I'm just gonna tunnel vision. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna do it, right? And that feels good because it's gonna be coming from yourself. And that's an okay mindset because that's a lot of willpower, and it does feel good to know that you can do something yourself. I do encourage that from time to time, right? But when it comes to the mindset, you can't, it's really hard to see a different perspective because it's all in your mind, right? It's like, how can you see anything different than what you already see? You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like our mind is our world. So if our mind is telling us this, and this, you can't get yourself out of that. Right? To get the right mindset is very simple. It's if you notice on all the calls and then things I have had, I like a lot of interaction because I want to extract the beautiful mindset that I need to have for that day to align me toward my goals. And I'm also aware that my mind is not sometimes optimal. It's clouded with a lot of stress and scarcity and things. So what I like to do is I like to surround myself or spar myself with certain mindsets. And I want to see if I lined up or if there's a correction that's needed to make sure that I have the right mind, the right belief, the right perspective for that day. Does that resonate with anyone?
100%.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Makes sense.
But I'm in the field and I'm like suffering. Suffering meaning like I'm just like having such a tough time getting sales. And one day of zero. Before I used to be like, I'm gonna try it again, go back the next day, I'm gonna this, and this, and then sometime it works, sometime it doesn't. But it's like sometimes days, 2 days, 3 days, and I'm just grinding, right? Like just so freaking exhausted. what I've learned is very simple, right? I see who's doing better than me, and I humble myself and I connect with them because they have the mindset, they have it already. So if I call them and work with them just for a few hours, I'm like, I got it, right? That's much faster. It's like working out in the gym by yourself versus working out in a gym with a partner that spar with you, right? That want you to win also. Which one is better? Which one would get you faster there? And which one would you enjoy more?
When you collaborate.
When you collaborate, like we're human beings, and human beings are social beings, and we elevate each other, right? By myself, I can't get myself to show up for nothing, right? But if somebody say be here, I'm like early, I'm over here sizing them up. I'm trying to beat them, I'm over there, want to make sure I represent right? But by myself, I'm like, it's all cool, man, it's all good, right? Right. So I think we simply has to first understand that there's players here that already is thriving, and I want to give space to those individuals that's really doing really well, and I want to extract from them what's working. Right. A lot of time, you guys may think, oh, Ken is very wise, or Stefan is very wise, or Andy. They always have good insight. Oh, this CAC member, they seem very sharp. And we are, right? But I think one of our main thing that we do really well is we extract best practice and understanding from the people that's doing the best, right? So I have a lot of calls with people, and my job is just to extract who has the best mindset, who has the beautiful mind, right? And then I just pass it along. I'm like, hey, I got this one, right? Does that make sense? And from that, you will be limitless, right? Because in a short period of time in the beginning, I asked, what is your value, right? We had 3 people that raised their hand and show tremendous value. One give confidence and support, amazing, right? Another can help people believe in themselves and achieve their goal. We have the wealth of knowledge that come from Stefan. That's limitless, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Right? And if you were to call any one of these guys, would they be willing to help or not?
Easy pickup.
Easy pickup, right? We created a beautiful culture where everybody want to help each other, right? And it's like a beautiful thing. That's our mission, and I know we have that. We're not dog eat dog sales environment where one person want to win and then they keep all the secrets and don't want to share with others. We're not that. We're actually very giving, and I love that about our culture, right? But I feel like we're limiting ourselves sometimes where we're trying to grind and kind of go through our own experience to get to where we need. That's very slow. How many guys want to spend another year trying to be a partner or trying to get to the next position? Raise your hand.
Hell no.
No. How many guys want to do that this year? Hit the next step of our company goals, partnership, CAC member.
I'm on it.
You're on it. I love that. Hey, you gotta give Dennis some new guys. He's ready. And Dennis, congrats, by the way, on having your first leader. Very amazing, man. You're inspirational, right? Inspirational because you are one of the best tech, if not the best techs, right, in our company. And then you went to sales and you crushing it, man. I'm just so impressed by you. All right, very cool. So Dennis, while you raise your hand and things like that, can you give us one mindset or one belief that you have that you feel is what's causing you to excel, not only in installation game, but also now in sales?
It's just a student mentality that you guys stopped me at the beginning, and I just see the opportunity you give us, and I'm just hungry to get it. Uh, I want to achieve it, and I want to reach you guys' position. That's my goal, and that's my mindset right now. And I'm not gonna stop until I get it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's give Dennis a big shout out, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You
You
rock,
rock,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Rock, Dennis.
You rock,
Well,
Dennis.
keep that dedication, my brother.
Beautiful.
Keep that
You rock,
dedication.
Dennis.
Now, I apologize if I'm highlighting everyone because there's a lot of playmakers here. Anina, I don't know if you're available to speak. I definitely want to highlight you. You were in Texas, right? Really setting the pace and things, and then you showed up in LA, which is some people may say that's a market we've been in for a while, and there's a lot of mindset around that is not serving, right? And you came out here, and yesterday you did three alone. You're on pace to pretty much hitting your normal pace that you were in Texas. I just want to extract your mindset. What are you doing there that's really working? What do you think is the one mindset that's causing you to elevate and no matter where you're at, still hit the goal that you are achieving?
Yeah, awesome question, Ken. Thank you. Good morning. I'd say for me, just having, self-awareness. Angel's always sending me these videos, and so I listen to them when I'm on the road and whatnot. And so yesterday I was talking about a lot of self-awareness. That's kind of what, changes you from a different person. And so I had that self-realization, I'm not hitting my goals. So I hopped on a call with Ryan and Angel and with Ryan and Dre. And, I just heard their like mindset, some tips and tricks. Obviously, they're CAC and partners. So, they've been through it all. So just leaning on the resources because it's all there. Angel calling me every day, checking up on me because he's still in Austin. So just all the resources are here. I just think, having that self-realization and actually like leaning on the resources. Yesterday, I was out with Kevin. I know in San Antonio, we do a lot of spectrum. So just being aware of like how many different campaigns there are, So I was focusing a lot on Frontier yesterday. And so Kevin, huge shout out to him, but he helped me through that. So yeah, my biggest thing is, there's tons of resources. There's people already like killing it, doing it, having done it. So just being resourceful.
But beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Let's give Nina a big shout out, guys. On three. 1, 2, 3.
You rock, Nina.
You rock,
Nina.
You rock,
You
Nina.
rock.
You're my hero, Nina. I just want you to know that.
Right back at you.
Very cool. And Cole, I definitely want to highlight you out there from the purpose of not only are you setting the pace in the field, you've done a tremendous job adding people along the way this week and last week, right? How are you able to, what mindset do you have to be able to train and still be highly effective in the field? Cody, on mute. Cody.
Oh, I thought you said Cole.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking right at you and I'm over saying Cole, my bad. So the question's to you, Cody. How are you able to set the pace? And I'm talking about not setting the pace, I'm talking about crushing it, right? He's top right now in this week. And you've added a few people to your organizations as well while you're out there performing. And there is a mindset between when I add, I can't produce, right? There's like this limiting mindset as if a new person would slow us down or whatnot. What is your mindset around training and being in the field and producing?
I think it's two things. So everything generally falls in this one thing. So first off, it's just mentality. It's a belief, right? It's just having belief in yourself, having belief that you can do anything. It's crazy because last week I ran into somebody and he was a minister and he handed me this little, well, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this little thing right here, right? And I was like, man, what is this? And like I thought he was giving me like a marijuana plant or something. I was like, what did you just hand me? But it's a mustard seed, right? So, there's a verse in the Bible that says, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, it can move mountains. And there's also some, Think and Grow Rich is just, having that belief in yourself. That's how everything begins. That's how dreams begin. That's how success begins. So I think it's just having that, not limiting yourself at all by having an even broader mindset of just, nothing's impossible. You can do anything. Right. So I think that's the first thing.
Okay, great. So is there more?
There is.
Good.
So, and then I think honestly training helps more than anything as far as like putting up deals because you got to stay on point because every single habit that you have, good or bad, that person's going to pick up when they go off solo. So you have to go to the extreme, do whatever you got to do, but they have to know what it looks like when they go out there. I think you even have to work a little harder because their LOAs aren't going to be your LOAs. It might take you 20 to make a deal. It might take them 40 to make a deal. So they can't expect to go out there and go get a deal within 20. You got to go hit more doors. So they'll go hit more doors and, they'll kind of slowly get the skill going and then they'll lower. But they gotta know that, you gotta put in a little bit more work.
That's beautiful. So basically, when you have a new guy, if I understand correctly, you look at it like, I need to be on my A game, and I need to show them the best of Cody. And because of that, you're able to deliver at a higher level with the new guy by your side. Is that what you're saying?
For sure.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful because I resonate with that. Let's give Cody a big shout out. Let's give Cody a big shout out, guys. On three. 1, 2, 3.
You
You
rock,
rock,
Cody.
Rock, Cody. You rock.
Yeah, I have to catch myself because I was about to add to that, but there's nothing to add to that. Okay, you need to tell myself to learn how to be quiet, right? That was gems right there. So I have a mindset for you guys that would help you break through in terms of being a better student, right? Because to be honest, I have a big ego, right? And I constantly have to keep my ego in check because my ego stopped me from growing, right? Because the ego just want to be the best and want to be recognized as the best. And so it's very it shy away from getting mentorship. It shies away from receiving things, right? Because the ideal of going to someone else and saying, "Hey, teach me," is saying I'm less. At least that's what the ego is saying. How many can identify with that? Right? There's a way to serve the ego while you're seeking mentorship and seeking wisdom, right? And that is, I am great and I can do what anybody can do. How many people believe that? Right? And if that is true, all I need to do is figure out what they're doing and how they're thinking. If I can extract that beautiful mind that somebody's having, then I can do it too. And because I work harder, I can excel faster than them. That's the mindset that helped me seek wisdom from high producers, reaffirm that it's okay. And then on top of that, I can also surpass them if I work harder and apply this better. How you guys feel about that mindset?
That's juice.
Right? So now you can still be healthy self-esteem. You can still seek to get better and then know that it's just a game. It's just a practice. Every high achiever know this. The more you practice, the more you grind, the more you do, the better you become. Does that make sense? So let's go out there, guys, and remember, you don't have to do it alone. We create an environment where we help each other. Let's spar with the right people. Let's get the right mindset, right? And let's take control of our opportunity so we can get to where we need to go this year. ASAP. Cool? Cool, guys. Let's hop on the other room. Take care.
Thank you, Ken.
Ken.
You rock, Ken.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir. Thank you,
Ken.
Ken.
You rock, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.